Many entrepreneurs start businesses without testing their business ideas.
I lost about $200,000.
Then they run into problems like not having customers, not making sales.
I tried to open up a small business. Within 3 years, I failed, and I lost a lot of money.
And they realize that they should have tested their business ideas before starting the business.
Most people don't consider that. They don't do the work. They don't learn more about their industry. They don't know even about their business. And so you've got to put in the effort to know more about your industry than anybody else.
Hey, I'm Abidoy, and I'm a tech entrepreneur. And in this video, I'll be sharing how to test a business idea. The first step in testing a business idea is understanding what problem your product or service is solving. What problem are you going to solve with this business that you want to create?
When we sat down and we were deciding to work on Instagram, what we did was we wrote down the top 5 problems people have with mobile photos. Because we wanted to build a product that solved problems. We didn't want to just build a cool app. It turns out that the hard part is actually finding the problem to solve. Solutions actually come pretty easily for the majority of problems. Not for every problem, but for the majority of problems.
And it is very important that that problem is personal to you, in the sense that you've experienced that problem before. Because if you have experienced a problem before, you can relate to it and you can better understand the solutions to that problem.
That we were building a product that we ourselves were the customer for. We were building something we wanted ourselves. We wanted a computer, and we knew exactly what we wanted in a computer, so we could do the marketing as well as the engineering of that product. This changed later as we started selling to people that were different than us, but certainly in the first several years of Apple, we were selling to people that were just like us.
And it's not enough to just have ideas, and be passionate about the ideas. Your passion to start a business must be matched by the customer's need to use your product. Your customers should want to use your product as badly as you want to start that business, as badly as you want to build that product or that service, whatever the case may be.
The first one, and by far the most important one, is customer obsession.
It started with what incredible benefits can we give to the customer? Where can we take the customer? Not starting with, let's sit down with the engineers and figure out what awesome technology we have, and then how are we going to market that? And I think that's the right path to take.
So it's important that the problem you are trying to solve should be a painful problem that your customers are experiencing, because customers don't pay you for nice products. They pay you for products that solve their problems. And hate is a very strong emotion. Customers are going to pay more for a product that solves a problem that they hate than for a product that they feel is just nice and just cool.
Customers have a divine discontent, and they teach you if you listen to customers. So we watch for that, and we see patterns, and we can find places where it's not working, something's going wrong, and that's really how I get the feedback, is from customer input.
You want to solve problems that your customers have. So it's very important that you clearly define the problem you are trying to solve. Now, what's the next step? The next step is identifying who your potential customers are. Try to narrow down and focus on who your potential customer is. Not everyone will use your product. That's the bitter truth.
What effect did it have, though, being rejected?
Well, I think we have to get used to it. We're not that good. Even today, we still have a lot of people reject us. I remember my first time in Time magazine, they called me Crazy Jack. And I think crazy is good. We are crazy, but we're not stupid. We know what we are doing, but if everybody agree with me, if everybody believe our idea is good, we have no chance.
Don't try to create a product for everybody. It's important to understand criteria like their age range, their location, their interest, their hobbies, what triggers their emotions when you are trying to create products that solves problem. Trying to identify your potential customers is very important, because you can also interview them, ask them questions, ask them the problems they are facing before embarking on building that idea. So you just don't start building on an idea without really understanding the problem it's actually solving.
And one of the things I've always found is You've got to start with the customer experience and work backwards to the technology. You can't start with the technology and try to figure out where you're going to try to sell it. And I've made this mistake probably more than anybody else in this room.
Now, after clearly defining your customer, it's important that you understand who your competition is in this market. Usually the case is, whatever you're trying to build, whatever service you're trying to offer, someone else has probably started doing it before you. But that's not a problem actually. What you need to realize is how you can do things differently from them. It's about doing things differently.
You know, I'm focusing on those things that I think make Amazon unusual. Genuine customer obsession. Second one that we're focused on is invention. We don't like to do Me Too offerings. We want to try to do something better for customers that's pioneering. So where is the invention? You know, why is this going to be better for customers than the already whatever is serving that need in the world today?
You want to analyze your competition, see where they are at fault, see where they are deficient, see where they are not solving the problems well, and try to solve that problem better for your potential customers. Because when you also understand your competition, you can understand how your customers will use your products. You want to create a product that doesn't cause more problems for your customers.
Is never stop thinking about how to delight your customer. Not to satisfy your customer, but to delight your customer. And when you wake up in the morning, start thinking about it. During the day, think about it. At night, think about it, and then dream about it. And no company's ever failed that had millions of delighted customers.
When customers are adopting your solution to their problem, it should not be causing them more problems. So you want to design your product or whatever service you're offering in such a way that it is easier for the customers to adopt, because you might have a very great solution to their problems, but if adopting your solution is a bigger problem for them, then they wouldn't want to use your product. So to rebrief, it's very important that you understand the problem you're trying to solve, you understand who your potential customers are, so that you can ask them questions about what their problems are, and very clear about how you can solve their problems, and also analyze your competition. Know how to do things differently from what they are doing. Don't just do things better, do things differently. And finally, it's very important that you create a product that can be easily adopted by your customers. There is not a bigger problem for them to adopt. So I hope you've been able to get value from this video.